Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Season 3 Week 6. We just saw Pizza Lord's Rebirth take down Zero Effort. We'll be getting into our third game of the night between PIGZ Might Fly and Wiener 1. PIGZ Might Fly coming in off of their first win of the split last week. Wiener 1 still fishing for their first win, still sitting at 0-3. This is the fourth week. There are only 7 weeks, or 7 played weeks, of course, for Platinum and Diamond Capped, which means that this is they need to win this game if they want to make it to playoffs. So we'll have to see if they can do it. We'll go ahead and jump into that game right now. And let's get into it. It is going to be PIGZ Might Fly on the blue side up against Wiener 1 on the red side. And if you look immediately, you notice something a little bit strange about their team composition because they have no ranged marksmen. And I really have no idea where I'm going to be putting everyone. It looks like they're going to be sending Fiora into the bottom lane on Oro to partner up with Noob Feeder on support. It is a 4-team playoffs, 4 teams out of 8 teams, which means you have to have a positive win-loss spread in order to make it to playoffs. It's mathematically impossible for you to lose 4 games and still make it to playoffs with 4-team playoffs out of 8 teams. So let's see how they go. Oh, I keep on forgetting to mention, but last game's MVP between Pizza Lord's Rebirth and Zero Effort. Pizza Lord's won, of course, and we do see a 3 players with 1 vote each. Ned Schneebly, Long, and Lovegun each get 1 vote, but Johnzoid pulled himself ahead 2 votes to 1, so Johnzoid will be the one with MVP for Pizza Lords over Zero Effort. Now, this is going to be very interesting for the bottom lane. Oro on this Fiora, as they don't have a marksman. They do have a lot of late game damage guaranteed coming out from Midnight Slushy with this crit-oriented Yasuo. But, I mean, you're lacking a lot of range damage. You don't have a good way to siege up to towers. But I mean, we'll have to see if Wiener 1 can manage to snowball this bottom lane. It's gonna be hard. I mean, Fiora trying to get onto an Ezreal who already is a very slippery AD carry. Erevan taking a lot of damage from Noob Feeder. Yeah, wow. Trades back a little bit, but Erevan going very low. He actually gets the Vital off of Erevan, and there's another Q landing from Noob Feeder, and Erevan has to back away for just a little bit. Flash forward from Oro, the Ignite goes down. Summon a heal came out from General Vici to keep him alive, or OG Camel Rider now flashes forward from Midnight Slushy with the Ignite, and Midnight Slushy picks up first blood solo kill onto OG Camel Rider. Yeah, but I mean, an Ezreal who's already a very slippery champion being protected by a Lulu, very much considered one of the best supports right now, both for peel and for lane dominance. And Oro taking a lot of damage from these stray Mystic shots landing from General Vici. Infernal putting some damage onto Rembos, who has to flash away immediately from Yamadeus' gank. Did not want to get feared the opposite direction. And just a really good play from Midnight Slushy. Midnight Slushy has been a shining star on a sinking ship on Wiener 1 these last 3 weeks. He's been playing very well in the mid lane. Just his team unable to secure any of these final victories. And Oro, 8 CS to 21. This is not how you want your Fiora bottom lane to start out. Just doing his best to try and pick up this CS, but you're up against double ranged as a melee champion. And it's just really hard. General Vici takes a tower shot on his way out. Right, and of course we do. I hadn't mentioned it yet, but OG Camel Rider on this mid Galio, it's been a long... I mean, we haven't seen a whole lot of Galio because of how recently he was released. General VG going to get Arcane shifting away from the root. But this is the first time we'll be seeing it in the mid lane. We've seen it jungle, we've seen it top. This is the first mid lane Galio we've seen. Midnight Slushy going to be trying to abuse it. Oh, nice use of the Justice Punch to cancel away that one. But Midnight Slushy definitely pulling himself ahead in terms of CS. 15 up over OG Camel Rider. Really abusing this Galio early on. And it's hard for a Galio against something like a Yasuo, who is able to dash in and out so at will. Able to dodge away from many of OG Camel Rider's abilities. And look at how much damage he's doing. Crits him once, crits him twice, dodges away from that third Steel Tempest, but... Midnight Slushy with total control right now in the mid lane. And a little bit hold on a second. Nuke Beater gonna root up. General Vici gonna get the second proc of that Q. Not too much damage, but well done there. Infernal and Rembones going at it. Rembone's taking a lot of punishment from this one. Yamadeus in for a gank here. Oro ignites onto Aravan. There's the root onto him, and he is just going to give up his life. They're going to try and hand it over to Oro, but Yamadeus is the one who will take it away. Really curious from PIGZ to start with the triple potion as opposed to the refillable. He's still sitting on one of them. Bax picks up the components towards that Phage, the Ruby Crystal and the Longsword, and Boots. But I mean, basically every jungler benefits more from the refillable for that gold efficiency, the fact you can sell it again later, the fact that it refills itself and you can get some of that later mid-game sustain. You're just much more gold efficient item than the 3 potions at the start of the game. Most junglers should not need the triple potion start in order to clear. Bummy Cinder finished, built up for Rembones compared to the Haunting guys on Infernal. And crucially, Infernal did not teleport back up into the top lane, whereas Rembones did. So Infernal is going to have teleport advantage should something interesting happen on the bottom side of the map. Yeah, and look at how much damage that magic penetration, flat magic penetration from the Rumble is putting down onto this Poppy. Oh, here we go. Fennecism's looking for a gank on the Midnight Slash. He's just going to barrel into him, take away that flow shield. Fennecism's dodges away from the third proc of Steel Tempest. Yamadeus takes away his own blue buff. He does not need it for the Yasuo, of course. Infernal shoving in with that Flame Spitter onto Rembones. Not acquired quite the CS lead you would expect in this matchup, but is successfully controlling this top lane. Midnight Slushy throws out the wind wall, dashes through, puts some damage onto OG Camel Rider, gets knocked up, and actually OG Camel Rider trading back forward, but the Ignite comes out, Steel Tempest, and the last breath, Midnight Slushy picks up the kill onto OG Camel Rider, but dies to the tower in the meantime. And Jack's here. Hello.
Yes, I did just pop in. Shane was sick today, wasn't able to make it. And I'm available, and I'm popping in to help out.
All right.
Keep Alex entertained.
I don't have to talk to myself for the next
game and a half. Yeah, 2 games. Yeah, but that Yasuo, even though he had his shield back up, it doesn't proc on minion or tower damage, and that's what he went down to.
Yeah.
So can't save him from that.
Yeah, but he does have the finished off Phantom Dancer. Looks like OG Camel Rider with that Catalyst. You would think it's a Rod of Ages, but he's actually picked up an Amplifying Tome. Makes me think it's a Hextech GLP going to be the first item for this mid Galio from OG Camel Rider.
Yeah. We haven't seen too much of Galio. Surprisingly, he's more popular, at least on Champion GG, he's more popular in support, jungle, and top. More so than
than his Riot designated role.
Yes.
And I mean, if you think about the meta, that just sort of makes more sense for him to be a top or a support or a jungler. His jungle clear is absolutely phenomenal.
Vici taking some poke.
Yes.
Yeah, Winds of War does a ton of max health damage. They are changing it up a little bit, which I think will hurt him as a jungler.
Hold on a second. Yamadeus coming in. There's this infinite duress onto Aravan. He's going to get rooted up. Yamadeus picks up that one. Wild Growth not available because only level 5. Root onto General Vici. There's the hero's entrance just to make sure they don't dive onto him. Rembone's taking a lot of damage from Infernal. pushed away. Fennecism's clearing out a control ward in the mid lane.
Yeah. That was a good infinite duress there. Honestly, that Warwick ult is kind of a difficult skill shot.
Yeah.
It kind of has a little bit of a wind up and then a somewhat...
Ooh, Fennecism getting jumped on by Midnight Slushy, but here he dashes back through him. Fennecism has the Onslaught of Shadows. He punishes him back. OG Camel Rider. Midnight Slushy actually diving and dashing through. OG Camel Rider gets knocked up. He's going to get feared by Yamadeus here. Yes! OG Camel Rider gonna go down to Onslaught of Shadows a little bit too late to save his life. Midnight Slushy dashes his way away from tower aggro. Fennecism ghosting his way on the way out. Yamadeus coming in for the counter gank really puts the hurt onto OG Camel Rider. Midnight Slushy 3-1 on this Yasuo, has the Phantom Dancer. It's basically impossible to duel against this Yasuo right now.
Yeah, for sure. Galio honestly does fare decently well, at least in laning phase. You know, team comp-wise maybe not, and meta-wise maybe not, but at least in laning phase, Galio does fare pretty well against a lot of mages. That passive shield on his W, and the fact his Q does so much damage, he can trade very easily. Once you have a couple points in that Q, it one-shots caster minions. It's not too difficult for him to make it through laning phase, but against the Yasuo, you know, that's not his intended matchup.
Yeah, so I actually have no idea what OG Camel Rider is building now, because that Amp Tome went into a Fiendish Codex rather than a Hextech Revolver.
Huh. Built the Catalyst, and I guess what, he's just going straight for the Morello or something?
I guess so.
I think what I saw as the popular mid build for Galio was GLP into Abyssal.
Yeah, I don't think Midnight Slushy understands how Winds of War works up against Windwall, because he's throwing at his Windwall just onto the Winds of War while it's already like spinning on the ground,
hoping that it kind of moves into it.
Yeah, hoping that it kind of just like dissipates it. But if you want to block that one, you got to throw it out as they're coming out, not while they're already spinning on the ground. It's not actually going to do anything if you do it like that. It
doesn't. Oh, I thought. Okay, I mean, it probably still doesn't do anything, but doesn't it kind of move forward after it starts the tornado, or am I mistaken?
I don't think that's the case. Infernal takes a little bit of damage from Rembones, overheats. He's still sitting on his equalizer, rather. Rembones actually fancies his chances once he has that Spectre's Cowl, and Infernal trying to put down some damage with the Flame Spitter, but Rembones clearly taking significantly less damage from that one. Alright, so Oro on his Fiora is building towards the Ravenous Hydra. Pretty standard. He's not going to get the riposte onto General Vici. Is going to stun up Erevan? No. Yamadeus comes in just to help him shove that one in with the TMI. Oh, here we go. Onslaught of Shadows is only going to find Oro. There's the True Shot Barrage comes out. There's the Fennecism gets the Wild Growth. He's going to get the Hero's Entrance as well.
Oh,
and now Pigs Might Fly with the 4-man advantage here in the bottom lane. In the end, though, nobody goes down. A lot committed from Pigs Might Fly for very little on the side of Wiener 1.
Yeah, Yamadeus did burn ult, but aside from that, not much burn. He got CC'd just before he made it out of the Galio ult.
Yeah, see, that's what you have to do. You have to block it before it sort of starts spinning midair. Oh, OG Camel Rider's Justice Punch canceled away by that 3rd Steel Tempest. And
Slushy's doing a good job on the Yasuo against this Galio pick.
Yeah,
it's pretty new. It's hard to know all the things it does and be used to what he's going to do. But he did use his Steel Tempest to knock him out of his Justice Punch there, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah, and more surprising to me is the fact that Oro is actually keeping up with General Vici in CS right now. He's a melee champion up against double range. Oh, Noob Feeder gonna root up General Vici even after the Arcane Shift.
It seems like, as you can tell from Noob Feeder's health bar and mana bar, that he's spending a lot of his time just going at the enemy lane. He's not winning the trades, but he's buying Oro some time to CS, which might be why Oro's keeping up. But Oro's expending a lot of his mana on his Q and W to try and pick up CS and take less damage. So they're trying to make their odd combo work.
Yeah.
But it's costing them a lot of mana and effort.
Yeah. Oro, with that lifesteal from the Vamp Scepter, going to have a little bit of an easier time. He's able to tank up the minion wave so it doesn't hit the tower. Makes it a little bit easier on him to CS. Right, so Pigs Might Fly down about 2.3k gold now. Oro gets a nice Vital onto General Vici. Puts himself at a pretty healthy spot, but he's going to recall. He's out of mana. General Vici able to pick up the CS before it hits the tower, rather. 30 CS lead in the mid lane for Midnight Slushy, and I was just praising Midnight Slushy for how well he's been doing in these games, even though Wiener 1 have not yet secured any wins. Maybe we'll see the first one here, but not if Infernal goes down. Fennecism's flash away from Infernal just so he doesn't get stunned up. Fennecism's now gonna get jumped down by Yamadeus here. Infinite Duress is ready. He knocks him away at the Keeper's Verdict. There's the Equalizer, but now Infernal's in the middle of two members of PIGZ and they're very angry. There's the Summoner Ghost. He gets slowed up by that Electro Harpoon, and Fennecism's just gonna go down! The Hero's Entrance not gonna save anybody that time.
You know what I didn't realize? I mean, I know what kind of Galio's kit was, but until I played a Galio game the other day, I did not realize just how much damage reduction his W gives him. It's up
ridiculous.
To almost 40%.
Yeah, Midnight Slushy actually flashes for the Steel Tempest on the Rembones, but he had no vision, so he couldn't last breath. Rembones now getting jumped on. He goes down to the Ignite from Midnight Slushy. He picks up another one for himself.
Midnight Slushy really doing well in this Yasuo. He got ahead in lane. He knew how to play against that Galio pick, and he's
he's taking up the tower. He's gonna go down to it. Executed just. Actually no. The kill goes over to Rembones. And that was a mistake from Wiener 1. They're trying to take away this dragon with their Fiora Karma without their jungler here. This is very dangerous. They do realize that it is happening. Oh, Mystic Shot almost got it there, but in the end, Oro does secure the dragon over to Wiener 1. General Vici going in. Arcane shifted forward. Fennecism's is here as well. OG Camel Rider looking for the taunt, but not going to find anyone with it.
You know, I haven't really thought about it, but I assume that if Fiora can block the
taunt.
No, the Blackscomb, right? Can she? Does she? Block
I think you can. Yeah.
It's not something I'd really thought about. It's not from like a champion, but I mean, it's still
yeah.
Displacement or whatever.
Blast Cone, if you're the one who autos it, will proc your Courage of the Colossus.
Huh. That's cool. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Alright, so the Leandry's finished off for Infernal. He looks like he's building towards the Hextech Proto Belt now. Oro using that Riposte just to cancel out any damage he might take while CSing.
Do many champions still take Courage of the Colossus?
Ooh, hold on a second. Yamadeus misses the Infinite Duress, but he's gonna fear up. Erevan, not quite. Has to back away before he can get under the tower.
That was a lot of damage despite missing ult.
Yeah, you see some of the tanks like Nautilus still take Courage of the Colossus. Poppy has moved towards a Grasp of the Undying because it's a little bit more effective for her. Oh, here we go. Fennecism's finds a lot of members of Wiener 1, but here's the Hero's Entrance, knocks up Infernal. Fennecism's Onslaught of Shadows backwards. New Beater is taking the damage from the tower. He gets jumped on by Rembones, and he's running himself away, but the Buckler will kill him off. Oro did pick up Erevan, and now he's jumping on a General Vici, but Oro will get kited back. General Vici picks up another one for himself. Midnight Slushy looking for General Vici. He puts down some damage, flash away from General Vici. Double kill over to the 80 carry. Picks might fly. Yamadeus now getting jumped on by Fennecism's. He gets the Red Smite down. Yamadeus gets the heal up. Fennecism's has to back away because he can't duel under Red Smite. Picks might fly come out ahead 3 for 1.
Alright, so I actually did notice that after the tornado was formed, also Windwall did block it. And he threw out a second one during that, and it moves forward after it becomes a tornado. Ever so slightly.
Pigs might fly now. They don't have a wave.
Barely at all, though. Alright, they're going to be able to get this. He has some sustain, but he's not going to be able to hold it. Yeah,
he's just going to give that one up. Don't waste your time there. The first tower, 4 pigs might fly, answer back. They're still down about 2k gold.
General Vici's doing a good job of making sure he spams his abilities even when nothing's going on. And if he doesn't need to save the mana, just so he can stack that Mana Moon a little bit quicker.
It's an interesting build for Oro. It looks like he's going for the double lifesteal build before he picks up that Black Cleaver. I don't know if I really think that that's optimal. Just trying to survive, I guess, more often than do damage. But, I mean, if you're not doing damage, what does your sustain matter? But he is going to have the Ravenous Hydra. Looks like he's building towards the Bloodthirster. Those two items are very standard on Fiora, but not quite in that order.
Yeah, if you go that build, you're going to have, an okay time, with your ultimate, but then outside of that ultimate, much weaker. The ultimate gives you, a lot of true damage. You can hang out, get some life steal, some sustain from the ultimate, and through the you know you can achieve that. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, went away at the end there, or was that just it naturally going?
I'm not sure, but I'm almost 100% sure it works the way I described it, but I could be wrong. Infernal gonna be clearing out this mid lane. Oro waiting for Rembones because this is the familiar Poppy versus Fiora matchup that Fiora always wins. Oh, and the Keeper's Verdict riposted away, but here comes Rembones, knocks Oro back away from Oro away from him. Fanatisms jumping in. Oh, Yamadeus with the infinite dress over the wall. Onslaught of Shadows is probably not going to save his life because of the red smite from Yamadeus. Killing spree for the jungler of Wiener 1.
Nice ults from Yamadeus. He's doing a pretty good. He's only missed, like one, and Erevan kind of juked a little bit, but he's doing a good job.
Infernal trying to clear in this mid lane. It's really quite hard for him up against an Ezreal who's already ahead. I mean, just look at how much damage General Vici is putting down onto him.
Oh, yeah, he's doing quite a bit. And he's happy to be doing this because he's stacking his Mana Moon in the process. Is it Mana Moon?
Mana Moon.
Mana Moon?
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Yamadeus not quite going to get taunted up by OG Camera Rider. Did pop his ghost to make his way out of there. Equalizer is available. Alright, so Wiener 1 with two very good split-pushing champions in the forms of Fiora and Yasuo, but they don't have an AD carry. That is the downside with replacing your AD carry.
You don't have one.
Alright, well, it looks like he actually just picked up a BF sword and then defaulted back towards the Phage, so might be going for the Black Cleaver after all. Just had the gold for the BF sword and said, might as well build this. Oh, the
nice
slow. Fanatisms looked for it, but he said, no, not this time. Midnight Slushy in the bottom lane, shoving in. There's the Steel Tempest. He's going to knock up OG Camel Rider. He actually goes in for the last breath on that one, taunted up. But Midnight Slushy actually doing quite a bit of damage, but he's standing in the Winds of War, kept there by the CC from OG Camel Rider. Takes a decent chunk of damage back on his own. Ninja Tabi's actually finished for OG Camel Rider as well, so significantly reducing Yasuo's damage. Very effective. Yasuo Q procs it, Fiora Q procs it, Warwick Q procs it, as does his ultimate.
Yeah.
It's just overall a very good item against the composition that Wiener 1 has drafted. New Beater looking for the root, but he gets polymorphed up and he says, okay, this is not worth my time. Right, Rembones looking for Infernal. I do think that. Oh, there's a knockup on the General Vici. The last breath not quite back up from when he used it back in the bottom lane. That probably would have been a dead AD carry.
Yeah, Yamadeus used his. I honestly don't know what the ability's called. The blood scent thing. He used that there, and he was trying to get in there and get an ult off, but it looked like his team just wasn't ready for it.
I think, however, that Oro really needs to have picked up boots by now.
Yeah, even just tier 1 would be pretty helpful for him.
Yamadeus comes out, smacks the crab once, says, you can have it. Okay, so the Leandry's finished off a while ago for Infernal. As we said, he's building towards the Hextech Protobelt. Is probably going to finally pick it up as he recalls here. Yeah, there it is. It's an item that offers you a lot of burst on Rumble, but one that does fall off pretty significantly.
Yeah.
I personally think that the Leandry's into Zanya's is a lot more beneficial. Blocks the buckler with the Wind Wall. I don't know if you really want to use the Wind Wall in that way. You mostly want to use it to block CC abilities. Or like a lot of damage coming in, not just like a poke ability like Poppy's Buckler. Midnight Slushy gonna come in, jumps onto General Vici, Arcane Shift away, he gets the third proc, looking for it, knocks up General Vici but has to back away because here's the other members of PIGZ Fly. Midnight Slushy is getting jumped on by Fanatisms as well as Rembones. OG Camera Rider picks him off. That's the first kill of the fight. Here's the hero's entrance onto Fanatisms as he's taking tower. Equalizer comes down and General Vici has to Arcane Shift on the way back out. Oro gets in onto Rembones, gets the ultimate off. OG Camera Rider taunts up a lot of members, but he's by himself and he will get taken out. Or really, he's coming forward. The Flamesbitter will take him out. Inferno picks up that one. Yamadeus now chasing down onto General Vici. He gets the fear for the damage reduction. He's not going to fear up anyone now. He has to run for his life, but he's getting auto down. Fanatisms turns it around. He actually goes for the Q. Gets the healing up. The tower goes down in favor of Wiener 1. They trade 2 for 1 and a tower.
Phew. Not action.
Oh, Oro actually comes in but gets whimsied up under the tower. There's the slow from that riposte. Aravan will fall down, as well as Infernal picking up General Vici. That's another couple kills. They lose Noob Feeder in the process, but another tower going down in favor of Wiener 1, and this is quite a different team than what we've seen from the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're playing very well. Midnight Slushy hasn't picked up a kill in a while, but he has been putting down a lot of damage in these fights.
Yeah, not only that, they're going to pick up their second dragon of the game, completely unanswered from PIGZ. Well, Rembones is here, as is Fennecism's over the wall. He doesn't have any way to get into the pit from the backside, however, and they are just going to run their way out. It looks like Yamade is early smited because Infernal's the one who picked up that dragon. Alright, the Cinderhulk, Titanic Hydra for Yamadeus are completed off. The blue buff goes over to him, of course, because you don't need it on Yasuo. Don't let anyone tell you that Yasuo needs blue buff, guys. Junglers deserve that one. Especially since they have to deal with a Yasuo in their own mid lane. Alright,
yeah,
so...
you'd think that if they were going with the Yasuo, that they might want a team comp that just has a little bit more synergy with the pick. As far as, you know, it isn't like necessary, blah blah blah. It isn't a necessity to have everyone on your team have a knockup if you have Yasuo, but usually, you know, at least one person that can hit a bigger AoE knockup than just, you know, a Steel Tempest is kind of nice, especially in a team fight.
It's really let's see. There's a late Rod of Aegis finish off for OG Camel Rider. Fennecisms jumps in, jumps onto Infernal, and there's the Hero's Entrance. They get feared back into the knockup! That was a really great play by PIGZ. Noob Feeder's gonna fall down as well. General Vici picks off Infernal. 2 kills for PIGZ and the mid lane tower.
That's pretty good synergy right there. Like, how many champions go one place and CC the enemy behind them, you know? So you ult onto Hecarim right when he's doing that, he'll keep them in there for you.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by the mid and jungle of PIGZ. Midnight Slushy gonna take the Mystic Shot, then throw up the Wind Wall. Not exactly how you want to use that ability. And there's the Winds of War. Look at how much damage Yamadeus just took from that one ability. That ability does too much damage.
Yeah, I think on the PBE they have the, you know, base damage or max health damage nerf, but they're buffing its AP ratio by about 15%.
Yeah, the Rod of Aegis now finally finished out for OG Camel Rider, and Rembone's actually going to get jumped on by the last breath. That gives you a lot of armor reduction. Midnight Slushy going in, gets another kill onto Rembone solo 1v1. General Vici now going to get feared up and gets picked off by other members of Wiener 1, and now they're getting collapsed on. Midnight Slushy says, "Oh, OG Camel Rider, what are you doing in this part of the woods?" He's looking for another blast cone, but it's just gonna knock him back farther towards his enemy's territory. He's gonna Justice Punch his way into the waiting arms of Yamadeus. Midnight Slushy gonna be able to put down damage onto him. Wind Wall comes out. Okay, it did dissipate them.
All right, I think I couldn't tell. It looked like it's still on cooldown, but I couldn't tell. OG Camel Rider might have been able to ult to Hecarim to get out there, but might have been on cooldown still.
He definitely didn't have the range to ult to Hecarim there.
When Hecarim went, Hecarim was here and he was here. He has range for that.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm pointing at the mini-map. You guys can't see that, but at the time he might have been able to. Definitely not after Hecarim back. It's not that long, people.
All right, so Wiener 1 gonna be able to take away the final remaining outer tower, actually the only tower outside of the base that they could target. Yeah, don't use the Wind Wall and just the Mystic Shot.
That's a very important ability in Yasuo's kit.
Yeah, but the Yasuo, he has his 2 items, the Phantom Dancer, the Infinity Edge. He's going to be doing absolutely massive damage, building towards the Bloodthirster, it looks like. For his 3rd item, it's just going to give him a lot of extra survivability within these team fights with how much damage he's doing. And, of course, the Bloodthirster will be the 3rd item for Fiora as well.
Yeah, we don't see... Okay, Ezreal did pick up an Executioner's Calling. He's going to try to mitigate that healing a little bit.
As well as Warwick healing.
Yeah. Warwick heals a lot.
And the Ardent Sensor for Noob Feeder is just, like, triply effective this game for Yasuo, for Warwick, for Fiora. And Oro snuck his way into this.
There's even some tiny situations in which it can be helpful for Rumble when he overheats.
Ooh, OG Camel Rider, Justice Punch canceled because he backed into Oro, and now the ultimate goes down. He's rooted in place. He actually heroes entrance to safety, and that's the play we were just talking about.
The CC was down. He took the opportunity to get out of there.
Yeah, but that is a big teamfight ultimate now, not available if they can force a fight within the next couple minutes or so. And of course, Fiora, at this point in the game, it's really hard for most tanks to stand up to that split pushing power, but not if PIGZ is here. They do get spotted out, and that's actually a lot of members of Wiener 1 ready to back Oro up here. They send Infernal, actually, is the one in the top side. Nuke Beater gonna get popped into the wall. Rembones actually gets the Wild Growth for a big knockup. Onslaught of Shadows into the backline. True Shot Barrage picks off Nuke Beater, but there's the last breath on the Rembones. The Equalizer comes across. OG Camel Rider burning away. PIGZ will go down to the Flame Spitter. Rembones knocks Oro into the air, but OG Camel Rider and him will not be able to pick him out. Double kill over to the AD carry. Fiora, Infernal doing what he can in general. Vici will fall down as well. Yamadeus fears up Aravan, and now he's stuck there. And Yamadeus will get him off. Oro will not die to the tower. It's an ace for 2 in favor of Wiener 1.
That was a fast Warwick. He had that Blood Sense speed boost, and I think he ghosted as well during that.
The ace for Wiener 1. They picked up the 6th tower of the game, and that's the last remaining one outside of the base. It looks like they're going to be able to crack the base here as well. PIGZ's not up.
Hecarim, though. Hecarim is pretty fast. Going to be coming out of this.
Yeah, but he's only got the Trinity Force and the Cinder Hulk, so not actually a whole lot of tankiness. I think Oro and Inferno could just kill him if he came in. Yeah, especially if you were past that one. Now they're just going to make their way out of there. They've taken the bot lane in hit. That's what they wanted. Yamadeus soloing out the Ocean Dragon while this is all happening.
His best bet there might have been to use that burst onto Infernal, who doesn't have Robust.
Yeah, 5-0-10 on Yamadeus' Warwick, and it's really paying off. Level 16 compared to PIGZ's level 13. That's an absolutely massive lead in the jungle. Oh, Nuke Beater might have gone a little bit too far here. Gonna be able to back himself away.
Yeah, but that's a really important inhib to take down, especially when you're starting to look at Baron as a objective.
And you don't want your jungler dead. Midnight Slushy misses the Steel Tempest, but that definitely would have been a dead Hecarim if that had landed. The Yasuo just has so much burst right now. And the Hecarim, he has really only pulled up that Ninja Tabis. An Infernal even hiding out in Pigs Might Fly. Oh, Infinite Duress not going to land. He's going to fear away. PIGZ's not able to look for the engage.
Warwick's W is essentially the same as Galio's W. I know they're not exactly the same, but isn't it you activate it, you can choose when you cancel it? And
in what way is Blood Scent similar to...
is the Blood Scent the...
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I know what you meant. I'm just trolling. I'm just trolling, D.
Yes.
It's okay. Yeah, his E is very similar.
Yeah, circular taunt. Oh no, his is a fear.
Yeah, his
so
is a
they
fear.
walk the other direction.
But they both do a circle.
Damage.
They both give damage reduction.
It's
not how you want to use Wind Wall.
You can pop both of them whenever you want, right? Prematurely if you want.
Warwick's does have a little bit of time where you can't pop it immediately.
Okay.
Unlike Galio.
But he's not slowed by his.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't have to hold down the button, I guess. He just taps it again when he's done with it. But okay. Fairly similar. Not exactly the same, but similar.
Yeah, I also don't think that the duration of the fear increases when you hold it.
Yeah. It's flat.
Nor does the range, obviously. All right,
they're going for the Baron.
Yeah, Wiener 1 starting off on this Baron. They've got actually a very fast. They've got a very fast Baron taking team. Vision control completely in their favor. They are gonna have to deal with the True Shot Barrage, but the good smite from Yamadeus, and now Oro looking for the kill onto Aravan. He slows him up with the Riposte, gets the Wild Growth out. Yamadeus gets the Infinite Duress on the General Vici. That's who you wanted on. He gets ignited off, and Yamadeus and Midnight Slushy pick him up. Aravan now running for his life. He's going to get rooted up. The minions will do a lot of damage, but it's the Flame Spitter in the end that picks him off. The Baron and 2 kills over to Wiener 1.
Damn, Yamadeus ulted like right before that too. He got it up right after they took that Baron, and he just used it straight again.
5-0-11.
As we talk about it, it's almost halfway off cooldown.
Yeah.
Short cooldown late game, for sure.
And I mean, you see the Ardent, or the Locket of the Iron Soul. Hold on a second. Fennekin gets knocked out, gets last breath, gets feared up, and he goes down. Midnight Slushy picks up that one, and now Pigs might fly on their last wings. The hero's entrance comes down, knocks them all up, but it doesn't matter. Rembones is definitely gonna go be down here. Actually, no, because the Keeper's Verdict keeps him alive, but Yamadeus is auto-attacking him down, and it will be OG Camel Rider that pays the price. Oro goes unstoppable. The 80 carry Fiora coming in clutch. Midnight Slushy whimsied up. He's gonna take on Nexus Tower number one.
Shield.
And look at the Infinite Dress on the Airman! And there's the Equalizer coming down, Airman burning away. He goes down. Yamadeus kills him off with the Titanic Hydra proc. Rembones is now running for his life into the fountain. Infernal barely alive. They're taking away the inhib in the mid lane. Infernal gonna be able to get that empowered recall as the Nexus is slowly falling down. Yamadeus not gonna go down here today, and Wiener 1 will pick up their first win in the OKLCS.
Congratulations.
So, with that win, it does mean that all teams still have a chance to make playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. This is week 6, right? So we've got 7, 8, and 9 left. 3 weeks remaining. You need 4 wins to make it. So
yeah,
not if you.
And we actually will know by the end of the night one of the teams that's definitely making it to playoffs. We do have 2 undefeated teams, 3-0, Treehouse Kids and Team playing up in the final game of the night in just a few minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll throw out the MVP poll and see you back here to decide who has sole possession of first place in Platinum Capped.
I'll message a couple times.